I am feeling digitally connected, man.
Like we need to have an understanding of what can happen, what can't happen, because you have to start with some of your strongest material.
Right. You are going to be one of the people that are going to get left behind. It's that simple. You can do that.
All right. Welcome to the Tech School Podcast, powered by DSDT. I'm Josh.
And I'm Mr. Harris.
Hey, Mr. Harris, good day to you.
Top of the day to you, even more so, sir.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yes. Season 8, episode 5 underway here.
That's right.
All right.
Episode 5.
Got a lot going on, man. A lot going on. But we always like to start off with get an understanding of what's going on here at DSDT.
I don't know. You came in here in this $1 million shirt.
$1 million. I don't know about $1 million shirt. I mean, I like my Burberry from here, here and there.
You came in this $1 million shirt, making me feel like I need to go get dressed up.
Well, I like your blazer.
I'm just saying, man. I need
That's
to get
nice blue.
I need to get one of them $1 million shirts.
I think you got the coin to do so.
I'm just saying, could somebody please start like a GoFundMe page so I could get one of those $1 million shirts?
Hey, man, I'm a huge fan of Burberry or Burr Baby, however you want to say it.
Burr Baby. Burr Baby.
Burr Baby.
Yeah, so we're in the process of getting ready for classes next week.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot going on. And actually, I wish I could show it. I was coming into the building yesterday, and I had to stop for a moment because I was kind of taken aback.
About
just real simple. I think it was the first time that it dawned on me that the parking lot is jam-packed.
Yes.
There were a number of cars out there, so that means we have a number of students that are coming in person now. I'm not saying it's to the level of what it was prior to the pandemic, but it was nice to see that people are returning to a form of normalcy.
Yes.
Now, what does that mean? I don't know. I'm still upset that when I go to Taco Bell at 2 a.m, it's not open.
Yes. I think, it's ironic. NFL is back. And I'm watching the games over the weekend. And that same thought you alluded to a moment ago about normalcy came back to me as well as I'm watching the games. The crowd, the seats are filled, packed house, packed stadium. I said, yes, we're back to that.
I guess to a semblance of it.
A resemblance of it. Now, also alluding to the point of you go to Taco Bell, you go to Meijer, and you can't go at 2 a.m. anymore. I think the days of 24 hours.
Don't you say you better not? Don't you say it? You better don't you? You better not say it.
Carlos, I'm sorry.
Don't say it,
Mr. Harris. At the top of the hour, I apologize, but I think the days of Walmart, Meijer, Taco Bell, open until 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 24 hours a day, I think is gone. I think the pandemic did show that a lot of these establishments, these businesses, companies, they can operate without being open 24/7.
Oh, look,
I'm not.
Listen, if you think that Josh needs to be recalled, can you please leave a text down below? If you don't cut it out, man. Listen, hold on.
I enjoyed going to Meijer at 3:00 in the morning.
Well, I guess so. You got to be somewhere at 4 a.m.
Very true. So hey, go grab me a beverage, a bite to eat on the way.
No, Josh. I am the guy. I love to shop in the wee hours of the morning. I mean, I'm a night owl anyway.
Yes.
So I'm up working all kinds of, doing a lot of different things, and so it's not nothing for me to get up at 3 a.m. and go down to a Meijer or whatever may be open. Even Walmart's. We have the super Walmart's not too far that are open. So I miss those days.
Yes.
And so it's just that it comes in the form of you're headed home 2:00 in the morning or whatever the time may be, and you still can't find a Taco Bell, a Burger King, or whatever the case in order to meet that craving. So I think that we actually need to get back more so to even more of the normalcy.
Ooh, I'm going to hit you with this. You're gonna love it, but you're gonna hate it at the same
Oh man,
time.
come on, let it go.
We have to become accustomed with the days of 24/7
Mhm.
establishments
Don't you start. No,
being no longer.
hold on.
Just like we have to adapt with the evolution of AI and things of that nature, where it's part of the new normal.
It's
part
not
of
the new
normalcy.
normal.
Yes, it kind of is,
It's
Carlos.
not the new
Yes,
normal.
it is.
I
Yes.
just heard the other day where employers are demanding that
Because
employees.
you can make it to a Meyer between 6 a.m. and midnight.
Who can?
You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, we can.
No, I cannot.
Yes,
No,
we
I
can.
cannot. I don't even get the craving, or I don't even feel the need.
Well, we're not talking
until
about when you
3.
have your cravings. We're
Right.
talking about when you can make it there to pick up items to address your
Listen,
cravings later on in the
Josh.
evening or early in the morning.
Josh, you may
however
not
look at it.
understand where I'm coming from right now.
Oh,
So
that's
let me just lay
exactly
it
where
out.
you're coming from.
Let me just lay it out for you.
Yes.
Now, when you reach the celebrity as I am,
I understand.
I can
exactly
only
what you're
go in and shop in the wee hours of 2 to 6. There's not that many people in there that recognize me. And so I don't have some of the issues that I'm sure you have from time to time, but it's just different for me. So I like to go in.
Mhm.
I'm kind of private. I mean, there has been times in the past where, there was a Beyonce in when I was there, or there was a Mary J. Blige, and, just some of the, well-known celebrities. So I just like to be in there among my crowd.
Yeah.
Shopping for the little things, because some of us come from the back in the days of when we actually did enjoy going to Meyer and to Walmart, and we didn't have to worry about people just pulling us over and stopping and wanting an autograph. I'm just saying. So I would like to be able to get back for normal for my life. My life is where I can go in and shop with the rest of my friends.
Probably not going to happen.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get with the program on that one. It's not happening.
Listen.
I just don't see it happening. We're going on 2 years removed from the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't see it happening.
Absolutely. Well,
6 a.m. and midnight.
I definitely think that whole little rant I just went on is deserving of a conversation with our mental health experts that come on later.
The mental impact it's having on me that I cannot go to a store at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow, man. Oh wow. Yeah. So okay, let's talk. All right. So Google.
Yes.
Google has an antitrust lawsuit that is taking place as of today. They're saying that it's scheduled to run for possibly about 3 months. And at the heart of this lawsuit is the fact that the federal government believes that Google is running a monopoly on the search engine market, meaning that Google right now carries about 90% of shares in the United States of the total market. Globally, they carry about 94%.
I cannot recall the last time I searched through Safari.
I
can't recall. I truly cannot recall.
Well, so
it's on my computer.
Yep. So the reason,
but I can't recall the last time I clicked on Safari.
Google
is right there.
The government is making the claim that the reason for that is because Google actually spends upwards of $10 billion annually in order to have its search engine as the default on devices.
Therefore, what is the problem if they're investing the money into maintaining their dominance?
Well, that's the problem. They're actually trying to maintain the monopoly. And if it's a monopoly, then in the United States, it's illegal.
True.
Right. So if you're so big,
but I guess the question I'm asking is if any company is investing the money to maintain the lead on anything,
what's the problem?
What's the problem? Like, how does that become a monopoly? When I think monopoly, I think about companies fading out others through other strategies.
But think about it like this, and by all means, I am not a attorney, right? But I'll give you Carlos's opinion. If they are spending $10 billion in order to saturate the market with their services and products, then what about the little guy who wants to get into the market and offer a similar service?
Okay, maybe there should be a cap.
So there's no way for me to come in and
Okay.
contend with you if you're spending that type of money. I can't even spend $5 on Google Ads because you're monopolizing everything.
Okay.
So that's part of the reason why they're trying to say that it's a behemoth and they need to be broken down, kind of like Microsoft was back in the late 90s. With
They
their
lost, right?
they absolutely lost, absolutely lost. So definitely something that we want to stay in touch with to find out what's the outcome. I'm very interested to find out whether or not they're going to have them or order them to kind of break down into smaller pieces to make sure that they're able to be contended with. We'll see.
Stay
Also,
tuned.
question as we were having a conversation.
Yes.
What's the difference between all of these tools? Now we say
Especially they're now on our phones too. They're available through app, ChatGPT, Ask
Yep.
AI,
Yeah.
Perplexity,
Yeah.
Bard, Claude. I mean, what's the difference between ChatGPT 3.5 versus ChatGPT 4.0? 3.5 is free on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
4.0, $19.99 a month. Is it worth to pay that
Absolutely.
$20?
Absolutely. So you're talking to
Okay.
someone that actually pays for any platform that he gets access to.
Okay.
Right. And will start off with a paid plan. Reason being is that specifically if you're talking about ChatGPT and a Claude,
Yes.
and if you go for the pro versions of them, then that is supposed to give you access to more uptime, meaning that you should not have a time where you log in and you can't get access. Right. And also that it gives you the ability to be able to prompt it 5 to 10 times more, meaning that I have had an issue in the wee hours of morning when I'm using a Claude and Claude tells me that I have one more search until 6 o'clock
You're
a.m.
limited.
I'm absolutely limited. And I was having the same problem with ChatGPT until actually I vetted for the subscription. So I think at any given time, subscription is always going to be better than free. Free is limited. Also with the subscription, I don't know if they do it with free because it's been so long since I used free, but the plugins for ChatGPT, you get access to some of the beta plugins that you can use to make that experience even that much more valuable. So I would think that it should be something that you would want to have as well. From the standpoint of which tool is better, it depends on what you're using them for. So I was using Perplexity over the weekend. Perplexity is trying to set itself up to be a rival to Google. So if Google is spending $10 billion in order to, oust the Perplexity, all the more reason why a lot of our viewers haven't even heard of them.
Never heard of them.
If you go to Perplexity, it tools itself as being a search engine. And so what's different for it than a Google is when you Google something on Perplexity, you don't get 45 trillion billion blue links that you have to click through in order to give the gist of whatever it is you're searching for. So it gives you a few choices and then it gives you a synopsis of what the information is. And now to its credit, it touts that it's more factual than a GPT or Claude, who tends to have what they call these hallucinations. So definitively, it's probably one of the better search engines that I've found outside of Google. I can't even tell you the last time I Googled something. I just can't. And you speak of how you have these tools on your phone now. I use ChatGPT all the time on my phone. And I think
4.0.
So 4.0 actually in using it on your phone, you have a choice between 3.5 and 4.0.
3.5 is free, 4.0, $19.99 roughly.
3.5 is the earlier version that came out last year, October 20 or November 22. And so because it was one of the earlier ones, it doesn't have the capabilities or the parameters of ChatGPT 4. So 4 is a better model. Just pretend it depends on what you're using it for. Now, if you're just using it to say, oh, craft me this ingredient list for X, Y, and Z, then 3.5 would definitely be good for it. But if you really want that power under the hood to really have some thought in the output of it, then you definitely should.
If you're
be
looking for real
4.
starting points, if you're looking for a real research tool,
I'm going to say that you should be using 4.
Okay.
You really should, just because of the nature of your work. So you need everything to be as factual as possible
as
whenever you
quickly as
search.
possible.
Absolutely. So you don't necessarily want to be toying around with a Da Vinci model or one of
Mm,
the early ones that the platform was built upon. So myself personally, I kind of use them all interchangeable. I was just giving you an example earlier about the music. And if it doesn't give me one thing inside of that platform I use, then I pull out another tool. It's kind of like if I had a carpenter's belt on. With a carpenter's belt, I may have a claw hammer. I may have a Phillips screwdriver. I may have a flathead. I
mm,
might have a drill with the bits on it.
mm.
So it just depends on the nature of the work as to which tool I use. These tools are the same thing. What are you doing that you should decide if you have knowledge of them,
Yes.
whether or not you want to use Right Sonic, you want to use Sudo Right, you want to use Claude, you want to use Bard, you want to use all these various tools that do different things. So, and the only way you know it is by using them beforehand. So,
Right on.
all right. So that's not yeah, moving right along. We talked a little bit about this last week,
Oh
right?
man, I
And
love
then, as a matter of fact, why don't we just go ahead and
play it.
Know what you know. They're going to call it cockiness. They're going to call it arrogance. But you're going to call it confidence. Because I don't want my confidence to, I'm going to say something and I want you to hold on to it. All right? Get your cameras ready because this is game. Do not allow my confidence to offend your insecurity.
Ooh.
Who?
What's
Deion Sanders,
what?
Coach Prime.
What, Josh? Now we were having the discussion about
Yes,
this,
we were.
right?
Uh-huh.
And all the more reason why we need to have the mental health experts come on today and give us probably a reality check.
Yeah.
Maybe me more so than you, right? So, but what do you think when you hear someone like Mr. Prime Time make a statement as such? Is he based in reality, fact, or what do you think when you hear that?
Deion Sanders, Coach Prime is based in all the above, especially when he makes that kind of a statement. Do not allow my confidence to offend your insecurity. There is so much truth to that statement alone.
Mhm.
So much truth in today's society. What I believe, Coach Prime, I love calling him Coach Prime. I mean, first of all, it's very rare you can see an elite player, baseball, football, transition into an elite coach
Mm-hmm.
in any sport.
Mm-hmm.
That's very rare. Let that stand on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to Deion's statement there, again, do not allow my confidence to offend your insecurity. I feel he is alluding to, you have so many people in this world who will see someone who is driven, who is talented,
Mm-hmm.
and you try to mentally or strategically try to hold those individuals back because you lack the confidence, you lack the work ethic, you lack maybe even the talent to do what they are doing. So you try to give the perception, that they are cocky,
Mm-hmm.
they are arrogant,
Mm-hmm.
when they are simply confident in who they are.
Absolutely.
Therefore, do not allow my confidence to offend your
Mhm.
insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just a little bit of what he was touching on.
Listen, so during one of my evenings at Walmart, back when it was open 24 hours, I actually ran into Jay-Z. And Jay-Z said something to me. I kind of harbor it to this day.
Mhm.
He said, you do that podcast, man, with that guy, Josh Landon from Fox too. I don't like that guy because he's too cocky. And you know what I said to him? I said, listen, Mr. Jigger, let me tell you something. He's not cocky, he's confident. And do not let his confidence offend your insecurity.
Appreciate you, brother.
I'm standing up for my mans. I'm standing up for him, Josh. Flat out. They cannot say that about you in my presence. I don't care if it is 3:00 in the morning and I'm in Walmart and we standing here trying to figure out who's gonna. We was actually looking at some light bulbs. I'm just saying, at 3 in the morning.
Buying a new breader jar.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, this is really it runs home with me.
Mhm.
I think, sometimes, especially in Facebook land, and we were talking about this with Amber last week, how sometimes you can have these trolls or these people that will say things that really hurt you, to an extent. And at the end of the day, if you don't remain as confident as possible, it can begin to wither away at your mental state of being.
It could also take away from what you could succeed.
Yep.
It could take away from your
Yep.
accomplishments, because
Absolutely.
they'll screw you up mentally.
Yep.
They'll get inside of your head
Yep.
and have you second guessing yourself.
Yep.
When
Yep.
simply you are already on the right track.
Yep.
It comes back to the saying of don't care what everyone thinks about you.
Yep. Yep.
It's a fine line.
Yeah.
But it's an important reminder.
Yeah, I have a tendency, and I tell my wife that all the time. I don't care. I don't care what they say. I don't care. I don't care. And in all intents and purposes, and I think Amber even reminded us last week.
Look,
Sometimes
perception is the reality.
Yeah.
However, there's always the exception to the
Yep.
rule.
But her statements to me were that you say that until you really are faced with it time and time and time and time and time again.
Then you find out who you really are.
You absolutely. It has the ability to even shake the foundation of some of the base. So I just want to definitely have that conversation real quick. As a matter of fact, speaking about Amber, why don't we just go ahead and bring Amber on?
Hello.
Hold on, is that AI Amber? You look so picture perfect today.
Do I? Thank you. I just did a video for a brand, so I had to get dressed.
Oh, that's what it is then. Because normally,
what?
I didn't.
Let me clean it up.
Do not allow my confidence.
The lighting is perfect.
There you go.
The white blouse, the earrings.
I just saying no. I ain't
it's all working for you. It's all working for you.
I just said you look like AI Amber. AI Amber is perfect, right? Her makeup is flawless. She sits there and she's just like this, and you today I'm just okay. Let me get out of here.
I definitely think the AI version is like the alternative me, like the me I could have been had I grown up, like in the suburbs or something.
Oh my goodness.
Amber, I was in Puerto Rico last week. Just wanted to tell you that. I just wanted to share that. Your turn. Your turn. I'm just saying, your turn.
I know. Listen, I'm a couple weeks. I'm gonna be on a little trip, but not Puerto Rico.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Right.
I want to be like you. All right. So tell us what's happening in the tech news this week.
Okay. So pay attention, because today only, you can vote for the VMAs through Snapchat. First time ever we're able to do something like that, but they have a filter, a lens that is going to allow you to make your vote. And it started at 11 a.m. and it's going to go all the way. What time does it stop? It stops at some point today because I think they do the show 8 p.m. Yeah. So 11 a.m. today, you can start voting, which is already past 11 a.m. now, for your favorite whatever through the VMA. So basically it's a lens on Snapchat, and you will use the lens and you can do like 1, 2, or 3, and that's how you're gonna do your vote. I'm interested because they've had a very like old school way of voting previously.
Yeah, how would you vote for the VMAs?
So they have like a form that you can fill out. Like, oh my God, that's so ancient. They had a form you could fill out. But now you can use a Snapchat filter. So open your Snapchat app. I don't even have Snapchat anymore. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't have Snapchat anymore. But if you have Snapchat, open it up and cast your votes. Use the filter. Let me know how it works out for you.
Okay. I'll vote on it. I haven't seen it in eons.
You make a good point too, Amber. Who still really uses Snapchat like that? Like, I would figure an approach like this, you would maybe go through TikTok.
Kids and shooters.
Is the please tell me if you know this or not. Is the approach is to get more younger folks to vote? With it being social media?
Yeah, so I think I think because of the lens, I think it's easier for them to start with Snapchat. Snapchat is the platform that kind of started with the interactive lens opportunities, and I think they're still more advanced than like Instagram or TikTok as far as like the ability to interact with these lenses. So that also, we're talking about MTV, who was using forms to cast your vote up until now. So they're, I mean, this is a huge step for them.
Yeah. Good
Okay,
job. Good job. I still don't know if I'll be voting because I don't know if I'll be watching. I'm just saying. Maybe it's just me because I'm old. I'm just old, right? All right. So what is going
Shakira
on?
performing?
Huh?
I think I heard something about Shakira.
Shakira.
Yeah.
Does she make music still?
Yeah. Well, she could still perform.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying, like, don't you have to be somewhat relevant to? I feel like I'm digging myself deeper here, but I mean, I feel
nah, Shakira's still relevant. She's still doing her thing.
She is in other countries specifically.
Yeah, but I think I saw something about she's performing at the VMAs. I think it was the VMAs.
Okay, great. I still won't be watching it. I'm just saying. Thank you, Shakira. Right.
Okay, so there is an AI app that is
Mm-hmm.
catching up to ChatGPT because up until this point, ChatGPT has been the most downloaded AI app. And now the character AI is catching up. And this is the app that you use to help design your own AI character. So if you want, AI Amber or AI whatever, character AI is the way to go. So it's catching up. And interestingly enough, what I found really interesting is not only is it catching up to downloads, but also the age group is growing. So initially it was primarily used by 18 to 24-year-olds, and now it is really growing in 25 to 34-year-olds. So,
yeah. I actually, when I saw
the millennials are starting to tap in.
When I saw this piece that you sent it over, I had never heard of this. And instantly I pulled my phone up and I downloaded it. And I mean, I get it. The experience is kind of, I don't know. I want to say it's simple. I would have liked if the characters actually had a personality, meaning that it was some sort of display, like a face, like there was some interaction between us. And I get it; it's a primary, it's fun, a beginning stage, but this is simply just a text bot, chat bot. I'm chatting between whatever the prompt is, giving it this personality, and it's something that's already been done across so many other apps. So I don't find anything really unique about this one.
It's simply catching up, though. I mean, according to market intelligence firm SimilarWeb, character AI's mobile apps have reached 4.2 million monthly active users in the U.S. compared to ChatGPT's nearly 6 million. That is catching up.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
I get the whole, sway of the market towards it, but again,
you're strong on the fact that ChatGPT is the stronger of the
I would bet $1 to a donut. It's probably even built on ChatGPT.
Okay,
right, which would definitely be something to report back. But even still, here's the situation. This is what I continue to try to explain to everyone. Find an idea that you can take these APIs and build upon them a fresh idea, such as, remember a few months ago when we had Lenza that was jumping off and everybody was trying to upload pictures of themselves and get all these, red, blue, different images back. Well, that was built upon Stable Diffusion. So at the end of the day, it was an API that another company took and said, you know what, I think I can do it better. And they came with a novel idea. They were charging $10 a month for it and got millions of downloads.
You're reminding me of something that is common to all of us now that was actually portrayed in a movie. Zuckerberg, Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook was not his original idea. Even in the movie, The Social Network. You had an idea, but I made it a better idea.
Yeah. He sucks for that. I'm just gonna say, I'm telling you the truth, Mark. He sucks for that. Mark stole their idea. Did I say that? I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Again, Mark. He didn't steal their idea. He made it a better idea.
Yeah, you stole it. Call it for what it is. Okay. You stole it. You stole it. You stole it. I'm here to tell you. You stole it.
What's going on?
Listen, I feel like everybody thinks of really amazing things. It's just like, who can make it happen? That's with
There we
everything,
go.
with music, with technology, with content creation. Like everybody has really similarly amazing ideas, but who's making it happen? I think the difference between the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world and the whatever their names are is that Mark Zuckerberg made it happen and kept making it happen. So are you going to be the person who gives up, or the key person that keeps going and keeps making it happen?
Mark stole it. He stole the
Well,
idea.
if he didn't steal the idea, it may still only be at Harvard.
It may
Only.
be, and we could all, we're not necessarily going to debate it, but it's just simple. If I'm paying you to develop something for me, and in the throes of you, putting me off, and you're never necessarily coming to the table and with an end result, and when I look up, you got a competing product for that, you stole my idea.
Fair enough.
Which is why they were awarded X amount of millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, they're doing just fine.
Cut it out, Mark. You stole the idea, boy. Cut it out. But anyways, I digress. What's going on over? What is iRobot? What's this broom and mop thing happening?
Well, I thought this was interesting because, as we're talking about AI more and more and more, these iRobot vacuums have been around for, oh my gosh, like over 10 years at least, probably even longer, maybe even 20 years. And so they're upgrading with all of the AI technology. You would think that having things that make our lives easier using AI would just make sense. So they are upgrading and launching this $1,400 premium mop vacuum combo, right? So actual technology that you can use to improve your life. Now I have one of these. We call him Roger, so I can say, "Go home, Roger." That's all. I named it Roger, so I can yell at it to go home. But it vacuums the floor, right? But it's like it so that I don't have to every single day. And they have always had like the Roomba vacuum and the Roomba mop. I forgot. I think the Roomba is the mop. Yeah. So they've always had the two, but now they have this combo. Because, and this is my thing, like this is the AI I'm interested in. Make my life easier. Let me have a smart house where these things can be done for me. We've got dishwashers, you know what I mean? Got microwaves, and now we have like this vacuum mop combo that is upgraded with all the things. You guys don't seem as enthused as I am.
Yeah, well, hey, you talking to the guys that don't mop and don't do the cleaning. So, hell yeah. You know what? I think that would make a great anniversary gift.
There you go.
Don't do it.
I'm just saying.
Don't do it.
Don't do that.
You said don't do it.
No.
You'll pretty much be telling your wife to get to vacuuming and mopping.
She's not doing it. It's artificial intelligence. Don't even try.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, you know what? Amber, is that a fair question? It's not technically neither the husband or the wife or whomever will be doing it. It'll just be hit a button and let it go on its way.
I mean, personally, if you're spending $1,400, it better be on a flight somewhere. But like, that's just.
We are talking by anniversary. True.
For a gift. If we're just buying this for the convenience of like part of the household, that's different. Don't buy. That is not a gift to me. I don't know. That's my opinion. But I just find this particular thing really interesting because it uses a lot of technology. You got to think like it actually learns the layout of your home so that it doesn't go downstairs. It doesn't go into rooms you don't want it to. It has a little arm that comes out so that it doesn't mop the carpet. So it knows where the carpet is. This is the type of artificial intelligence that I feel like it doesn't concern me. I don't feel like it's going to take over the world, but it's going to help us.
Listen, and right along the lines of what she's saying about these gifts, I get it, right? It's not necessarily something that I would, and quote me on this, get from my wife. But I tell you right now, I went to Somerset on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. Have you guys been out near the Tesla store out there recently?
No.
In the doorway, they have one of these Tesla robots. I promise you. I mean, you know me. I want one of these things. I wouldn't care if it was birthday, if it was anniversary, if it was.
What can these robots do?
You name it. These are the robots of the future. And I literally sat there and I was like, I want one of these.
Did you see it functioning?
No, it was just standing there. It was standing there looking at me.
It's just standing there looking at you. You're like, I want it.
It was standing there looking at me, and I was like, "Can't you see it walking around DSDT now? I mean, think about it. Can't you see it working on my car? Can't you? I mean, come on." I think they run about 10,000. I think they do.
10,000, but what does it do? Because
I
Roomba's
want
gonna
to be
mop
the
and
first
vacuum my
one.
floor. What is this gonna do for me?
You say, what is it gonna do for you?
Yeah, like what's the point of having it? What is it gonna do? I don't need something else to take care of in my house. I need it to be taking care of things in my house if it's here.
Yeah, but come on now, just I want one so bad.
You just don't even know what does it do. Like, what is the point of
It
it?
doesn't. But listen, if you just come to my house and it's standing there and it's just holding a tray with hors d'oeuvres on it, like Carlos is taking this thing way too far. We need to have a sit down and intervention with it.
Like, what is the maintenance on this thing? Does it need to be like
Good
oiled
question.
to run properly? Does it need to be batteries changed, plugged in?
Oh
Like, how
well,
do you do the maintenance?
I'll tell you this: whatever it is, we just created a new job for it that didn't exist until it existed.
Well, that's very true. That's very true. Unless you
Just
give
like
one of
go
them to
figure.
the other one of them.
Amber, we appreciate you again this week. If we didn't know who you were, because we were actually looking at your TikTok today, we know you have hundreds of millions and zillions of views on TikTok.
14.7, I believe.
Look at him. He knows the numbers. He knows the numbers. So if someone was actually looking at following you on TikTok or all these social media platforms that you're on, what is your handle?
Get real with AB.
Get real with AB. Amber, we appreciate you, and we'll see you again next week.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, wow. Why don't we something we haven't done in a while? Why don't we take a quick break?
Okay.
And once we come back, we have with us this week. They haven't been here in a while, and I love this power couple. Mr. and Mrs. Bowles are going to be coming on, and they are going to be helping me specifically to get my mental health in order. Whatever that means, they're going to be bringing us up to speed about some of the conversations we've had going on for a few weeks and now around mental health and awareness.
All right.
So we will be back literally in 1 minute and 24 seconds. All right.
And as a student, I understand how procrastination and laziness can hold you back. However, I also know the importance of taking action and pushing yourself to achieve greatness. That's why I urge you to take action now. Enroll in DSDT. We got hands-on experience, so don't let laziness hold you back from achieving your dreams. So take the first step and enroll in DSDT today.
Looking to start a rewarding career in the healthcare industry? Look no further than DSDT's Medical Assistant Diploma program. Our program offers hands-on training in a real-world setting so that you can learn the skills needed to succeed. In the span of only 9.5 months, you'll receive top-notch instruction from experienced healthcare professionals, giving you the confidence you need to excel in such a high-demand industry. So why wait? Invest in your future today and enroll in DSDT's Medical Assistant Diploma program. You can do it!
All right. All right, welcome back, Carlos. You said a wonderful couple making
Mhm.
an encore appearance.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Yes.
And I don't know if you remember. Well, I think we had him on season 6, episode. I want to say 3. It was either 2 or 3. I can't remember. We have so many episodes now, but I definitively wanted to bring them back and have a conversation around this whole mental illness, mental health awareness as it relates specifically to social media, as we were talking about last week, and as well as just for my own sanity. So I want to get them on here and let them bring me up to speed. I need a tune up.
You need a healing. Carlos is in need of a healing. You need a healing.
healing.
All right.
So why don't we go ahead and welcome them to the show once again, Mr. and Mrs. Renardo and Shantori Bowles, everybody. What's going on, my people?
Well, thanks for having us, man. How everybody doing?
All right. How are you guys?
Great. Good to see you guys again. I was just listening to the whole show. I didn't want to miss one beat. It's fabulous. I was laughing all day.
Thank you, man.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm just saying. I thank you. I thank you for coming on once again, my good friend.
Yes.
I listen. At the end of the day, I wanted to have a conversation around mental health awareness and just some things that we've been discussing over the last few weeks. And I couldn't think of anyone better to have this conversation with than with the power couple that I know. The power couple being the twos of you. So why don't I just go ahead and kick this conversation off real quick in a hurry? Do you believe that social media is playing into the anxiety and the depression that so many people are claiming that it is?
I'm gonna let my wife go first. Y'all know how that go.
Absolutely.
Well, I would say yes, only because, especially during the pandemic, there was a lot of people who were shut in. They didn't know what was going on the outside world, and all they had was social media. So a lot of things were going through those channels. A lot of news on the outside was going through those channels in which people were not privy to before the pandemic. So if that's all you had and you had a whole bunch of bad things coming through those channels, then of course that is going to give you a lot of anxiety, depression, and things of that nature.
So are you telling me that depression and anxiety are real? I don't even know what the word is. Are they real concerns as it relates to social media in the intake of it?
Well, yes, it's real concerns. I know you guys were talking about Snapchat, but about these TikTok challenges and things of that nature. Some of them have been light, the cinnamon challenge and, making different dishes and things of that nature. But then you also had some harmful ones too. So a lot of, it's not even youth anymore. It's, the 20s, the 30s, the 40-year-olds. They're running to these apps and seeing what's the next new thing to get into. So some things are, like I said, lighthearted and fun, and some things are not.
Hold on a minute, bag up. You said it's not even you, it's the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Excuse me, which one am I? I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm sure you're amongst that crowd. I don't know which one.
Yeah. What say you, Mr. Bowles? What say you?
Well, okay. Yes, just what my wife was talking about in the social media, a lot of times during the pandemic, a lot of people was actually, they had discrepancy, things of nature. They was arguing, doing a lot of arguing and yelling. I know a lot of people that was in I've read a lot of cases where individuals was actually domestic violence had went up. They was arguing and things of that nature, hashing out their problems on the social media and different things of that nature. I don't know if you ever heard about the case where the young man was actually murdered because of some stuff he said to some individuals and invited those individuals to come murder him, and they actually pulled up and they murdered him in Inkster. You might have been, you know, it was a lot of that going back and forth, and it's sad. Unfortunately, that was a situation. But yeah, right now, because it's like it's in the person, a lot of men and women, whether nobody I've seen from ages 40 to 50 all the way down to 18 to the teens, where people are hashing out problems and going back and forth on social media. And a lot of it had to do with the pandemic, you know, but a lot of it had to do with people just venting the wrong way, dealing with depression and anxiety.
Okay.
Are there any positive impacts of social media regarding mental health, or is it mainly negative?
No, there's a lot of positive aspects.
Positive, a lot of positive.
So again, the opposite. You had everyone shut in, and that's all the channels that they had. But by them only having those channels, you had people who are introverts who were able to connect with people in some way, whether it was typing, you know, video chat and things of that nature. They were able to connect with people in a way that made them comfortable, more so than outside of the pandemic. They would have had to, you know, go out and, you know, physically meet these people. And a lot of times that's, you know, kind of exhausting to introverts or just people in general, but introverts mainly. So they were able to make strong connections in which they wouldn't have made outside of the pandemic and outside of social media being the only main outlet for a while.
For example, like a lot of the ones that was going through had family members that was on their dying bed during the pandemic. They was able to do FaceTime and see their loved ones for the last time. That was very helpful, you know, and a lot of times, you know, people that, you know, it brought a lot of people together as well. People that was estranged, you know, they was concerned about their loved ones in different states. So social media was a good positive contribution to that as well. You know, just being able to have that conversation, you know, and you not be exposing them to those who was exposed to COVID or the possibility of being exposed to COVID.
With that being said, guys, let's play a little devil's advocate here. Digital detox.
Okay.
Is it effective, and do you recommend it?
You want to go first?
Ladies first.
Yes.
All right, well, you pick it up until your wife.
Okay, she might have to check with different. She had to pull over.
She's mobile. She's mobile.
Yeah,
okay,
she's
again. No, she's out and about. We totally get it and definitely appreciate her time. Again, digital detox. Is it effective, and do you recommend it? And if you do recommend it, how often would you recommend it? I mean, we all know the saying growing up, sometimes turn off the TV, read a book, go outside, kind of alluding to those old school points. What's your take?
Well, to play it safe, I would say the balance, everything's a balance. Okay. Too much of anything. Like, you know, even my children, my wife get on me all the time about my children having a lot of phone time and on different, you know, YouTubes and things of that nature. And where's the time for reading? You know, reading is fundamental. So I think that it would be in balance. I think it would be great, but it's definitely either one of them. It can be. I'm not going to say it's not a bad thing, but either one of them is not. I don't think it's a problem with it. I don't think if it's balanced out, I think that it can work. And that the detox, when you say detox, made me think about something else. When you talk about someone going to recovery, okay?
Right.
Oh yeah.
But, but the thing is with it is that too much as anything is, you know, can be harmful. However, if it's balanced out, and I think it would be great, you know, because sometimes people need the outlet. And a lot of times people say, why is they airing out their business? People vent to other people on on Facebook because it's easier to share things with people, with strangers than your own loved ones because they fear about being judged.
Mm-hmm.
Cry for help.
Mm-hmm.
Preach, preacher.
Mm-hmm. So here's my question. I like to ask the wife this.
Okay.
So normally, Mrs. Bowles, is Mrs. Bowles there?
Yep,
Okay,
Mrs. Bowles is
Mrs.
back.
Bowles. So normally, I have individuals who reach out to me in various ways from social media land, whether it be Facebook, Instagram. I mean, I've gotten calls in the middle of the morning on Instagram. And am I wrong in my assertion of the fact you don't know me? And why are these people getting caught up in Facebook land as if it's reality? Am I wrong in that? Am I wrong in that assertion?
I think, and excuse me for the sirens, but I think that's a good thing that again, it connecting through social media land, people are feeling comfortable enough to reach out to you. So it has to be something, whether it's your personality, whether it is, different events that you may throw, or different resources that you have. People are willing to reach out to you for a certain reason. So I won't say wrong, but I would just try to look at the positive side of why they're reaching out to you.
Oh, that's good advice. That's so good because I'm gonna read you one of the ones I got this morning. No, I want you to, since you gave me that advice. What was said to me this morning was, "Good morning, my friend. How are you doing today? I hope if you are able can send me a few dollars to my Cash App card. I am doing bad with this COVID." I don't even know who the hell this is. I'm like, what is going on in Facebook land? And then Mark Zuckerberg, why did you even let that message get to my account? I'm just asking these questions because inquiring minds want to know.
Algorithm.
The algorithm?
That's
not good.
What could have stopped the message from coming to you?
Flip side, you could have said, well, no, I can't assist you with that. However, I do have this resource, and this resource available to you, such as your cyber training that you have. And you also have different connections in which people have housing or, food or things of that nature. So
that's what I'm talking about. You know what? That's why you here.
You can do it!
That's exactly why you are here, because I'm going to do something totally contrary to that. I'm going to send them your phone number for a session, and I'll even pay for that session. I'm just saying.
Let's hit on different age groups here, guys. When it comes to social media and when it comes to social media and mental health, does it have a different impact on particular age groups differently? Younger folks versus older folks, etc.
I would say before, I would say that it did. The older folks usually will use social media for connections, so family. Hey, are you related to Aunt Barbara? Okay, I'm your cousin, kind of thing. And then the younger folks was more so, like I said, trends or keeping up with what was going on. But today, I would say like the playing field is kind of getting evened out a little bit. So you have the older folks doing TikToks, you have the younger folks on Facebook or Twitter trying to, more. So I would say it's getting more even out. The playing field is getting even out more.
A prime example was the good knees dance. You've seen a lot of older women and younger women doing that challenge. I was shocked to see 60-year-old grandmamas doing it, but they was doing it. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about, the good knees challenge, right?
I think I do.
Get me on this one. I'm not that familiar. but all good.
Okay.
You never saw it, Josh?
Can you pull it up?
Absolutely.
All right, pull it up. Let's pull it
You
up.
like to see it? There you go. We can make it happen. And
Oh, yeah.
the good knees. Hey. And notice
Yes.
Notice you won't find a video nowhere online of Carlos doing it.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, these knees are not what they used to be. My knees, my back, my neck.
My neck and my back.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. What say you?
It's so funny, man.
Listen, Ronaldo, I appreciate you guys taking out time to come here and kind of bring us up to speed with some of the questions and some of the thoughts that we've been having. You know, I have a tendency to quite often make, and I'm just going to say it the way that it comes out, to make light in certain circumstances about things, but it's a real issue.
Yes,
it really is. And I don't want to, miss the opportunity of giving the credence to it that it deserves. I know that this is work that you and your wife, together are working to eradicate. And I mean, if you could just share with our community what exactly it is that you guys do on a daily basis.
Well, I work full-time, privately and personally. We work with mental health as well as substance abuse. And we work with, we don't use homeless no more. We use unhoused. It's a new word now for people that's dealing with hardship or finding housing. So we does that daily. And it's been a pleasurable. And I know, Carlos, we've been talking for years, and I appreciate your panel and I just appreciate your show of addressing something like this, about depression and anxiety and what people actually go through, man. So, it's something very needed. And so when you always have a brother and sister, as well as and Tori and I, on addressing this issue, we are experts on it. Tori, I don't know if you addressed that. She is a fully licensed therapist. I've been in the field for 10 years, and myself, and this is something that needs to be talked about. A lot of people shy away from it because of the shame and the stigma that come along with someone dealing with this. And so they try to put a veil over it as if it's going to go away, and anytime you invite us, we will be here. Yeah. And I just want to say, I thank you and anybody else is addressing this issue, because it's something that needs to be talked about. People that's on your show right now is going through something. I want to let you know you got help and support. We here for you. Okay. And if whether or not Tori and I, we can't help it, we can find someone to get you help. And I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm gonna be quiet. That the young lady who was dangling over the Jeffersonians on the 21st floor that actually jumped a couple days ago, fell to her death. Whether she slipped off of there or not. These are the things we want to prevent. We are preventionists, but we also want to let people know that the help and support is out there for them. So platforms like this, and anybody listening, I want you, before I get to that point, just know you're not alone.
Yeah. I have a younger kid. She's in college a couple weeks ago. She's 18, and she is my anchor as of right now in this moment, because her words directly to me is, Dad, this is a real thing. She battles depression and anxiety. I don't have a problem with saying that, and as much as I can sometimes be overly confident, like a Deion Sanders, I have to take perspective of what's coming at me outwardly and take other people's feelings and their emotions into consideration. There's a difference between insecurities and depressions and anxieties. And I don't want that to go without being mentioned, because this is something that's near and dear to me, as my own loved ones battle with their own concerns. You know, so I think that conversations like this are even more so needed in the time that we're living, because we have access to so much information and so much media and so much content on a daily basis. It's literally enough to make the same person go, damn. You know, and so we need individuals like the two of you to help keep us grounded as best as possible. So I definitely appreciate each one of you taking time to come and bless us today. Josh, if you don't have anything else, I would love to let Mrs. Bowles get back to her daily function that she's trying to. She's been getting in and out
We
of this
interrupted
segment all
your
day.
afternoon, Santoria.
and
We apologize.
we're talking
The
about
sun
what
is shining.
this is what I do on a daily basis. So we're not office people. So, at any given time we can be quote unquote in the office and then we can be out doing whatever. So this is like normal, and it's actually our middle ground to multitask. So if we just only had one thing going on, I don't know what we would be doing.
Yeah,
So
That's right.
yeah, I can appreciate that. I appreciate it about you guys. Like I say, when I have certain issues going on around me, I'm thankful that I have a phone I can pick up and call people and get that consultation. Wise advice from counsel or friends, you know, as opposed to dealing and calling some people that are not going to do that.
No. Simply, sometimes you just have to talk about it and get it out of your system
with professionals.
Yes.
Let's put a hat right there.
Sure.
With professionals.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
These aren't just, friends that are running amok and they have life experience. True, they do, but they're professionals. They've gotten trained, they've got the licenses and the certifications to back it up. So I don't know about you, but this is where I'm going to get that information from when I need it. I'm just
That's right. Thank you.
Why are you laughing at me, man?
Agreeing with you.
Oh, well, y'all give me a clap then. Be laughing at me.
Are you happy now?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm saying. Listen, guys, appreciate you. Thank you. And I look forward to bringing you back at another time, okay?
Okay. All right. God bless everyone.
The bows, everybody.
God bless.
Bows. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Good stuff all the way around.
Okay, so before we go, because last week we actually forgot, we want to do our segment on YDSDT.
Yes.
YDSDT this week is brought to us by Mr. Benjamin. I want to say it Polstack. I'm trying. Y'all work with me here.
Brought to you by Benjamin.
Why don't Benjamin, you just go ahead and you tell them your why.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Postolak. I'm a student here at DSDT, and I'm in the digital marketing program. Since my time here at DSDT, there's a lot of subjects I've come to learn and enjoy. Two of my favorites so far is audio production and graphic design. I really like the creativity that comes along with doing graphic design. I really also like the puzzle-like nature that comes with doing audio production and fitting all the pieces in the right spot. Once I graduate, I'll have the skills and competence that I need to pursue a career in any one of these digital marketing fields. I want to say thank you to the teachers, especially here, and also just to DSDT in general. Thank you.
All right, good stuff, Big Ben.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Hey, Benjamin, we appreciate you as well. And let me just say real quick, shout out to our digital media specialist, Mr. Marco Lagrasso. I mean, this boy, ever since he's shown up, man, he makes me look better. I don't know about Josh. He definitely adds something to the show that otherwise we wouldn't have had. Yeah. So he is definitely appreciated. I want to say thank you, Marco. I know you're somewhere behind the scenes. In case they see you. They see you. Thank you, Marco. I appreciate you. All right, Josh. Go ahead, man. Take us home.
Yes, sir. Good stuff, Karlos. Hey, knowing the difference between confidence and arrogance. Also, knowing the importance between anxiety, depression, insecurity, characteristics we all have to be mindful of and acknowledge. Good episode, man. Talking about a little bit of everything. All right, we are back at it next week. In the meantime, that will do for the Tech School podcast powered by DSDT. See ya.